So, I was thinking 5 minutes is too short for a product pitch, and a product pitch at this time of the evening is boring. So, I was going to put together a summary of everything we heard this morning, and then I thought, yeah, my head of marketing is probably going to kick my ass if I don't say something about the product. So, this is it. StorageOS is a software-defined system. We're deployed in a container. We virtualize all your underlying disks, whether it's physical, bare metal, or cloud volumes. And we allow you to run your production clusters, your enterprise class systems in stateful workloads on Kubernetes. We're software-defined. We're a cloud-based system, no dependencies whatsoever. So we're platform agnostic. That's one of the principles we discussed this morning. We scale horizontally, and we provide all the replication and inline compression and encryption that you expect from data services in a storage platform. We integrate with Kubernetes, OpenShift, Docker, and all the other orchestrators, and allow you to move your stateful workloads, primary data, what we call primary data, so things like databases, message buses, that sort of thing. And you can continue to have your high availability in your applications because your storage is now highly available too. And I'll put up this to say that's my email address, and you can connect to us on Slack, and you can give us a tweet. And Jared commented earlier when he looked at my Outlook that I had 10,000 unread emails. That's probably why, but I promise I'll read your emails if you send them through. So, the more exciting bit, and this is full of exclamation marks, and it's meant to be a little bit funny, but it's kind of cool because there were some really interesting themes today. So, finally we said, there is no such thing as an application that doesn't have states. Quinton started by saying that stateless apps are a widely misunderstood myth. I then came on and said, well, all architectures need to store state somewhere. And then Vlad and Mike came on and said, no, really, there really are no stateless applications. So I went, awesome. Because we can now finally say this, and I took the picture that Quincy used in his presentation, because that was cool, because StorageMan tells us that there are lots of storage options. We have lots of storage systems with lots of different storage attributes, and covering things like availability, performance, consistency, and all of those things. And what's really important is to choose your storage based on your application requirements. And to do that, you really do need to understand a little bit the different types of storage topologies, the different types of data access interfaces, and how you orchestrate and manage them. So the data access interfaces and those orchestration management interfaces that we talked quite a bit about, whether it's with CSI or file, block, object, etc., are really, really important. But you need to remember that you also need to figure out the topologies because so many of these things are layered. Now, in order to try and make this a little bit clearer, we put together, together with the CNCF and a couple of guys in this room, we put together a storage white paper to cover the different aspects of this in the landscape. And I'm going to be giving a talk with Quinton on Wednesday, so go for our deep dive session there. The important thing is you no longer have to let storage shape the way you deploy your applications. You can now choose different storage systems or different storage parameters for your applications. We also learned orchestrating statefulness is hard, and customers just want to run their applications and have their storage requirements abstracted. So this kind of takes us to the composability and the declarativeness that we want from our systems. And we also heard from the day two presentation that users will surprise you, and they will try and do things that you haven't thought of. So you do need to test and evaluate your storage. There's people often come to me and say, how many IOPS do you do, and how much throughput do you do, or what's your replication like? And you kind of have to say, those are how long is a piece of string sort of questions. You kind of need to test it in your environment. Different cloud environments have different characteristics, different on-prem systems have different characteristics, and if you're really going to figure those things out, you need to try them out. We had Steve Watt come on and talk about all the evolution from different storage systems, from single servers to scale out, and now clusters with multiple properties. And we also heard about some of the exciting stuff coming up in the future. We also had the CSI session, which was really, really popular. And CSI is cool because it allows orchestrators to talk to lots of different vendors. And now you can choose your different storage systems accordingly. Because declarative storage is cool. And finally, we ended off today talking about cloud and multi-cloud. And we heard the different cloud panels saying that the cloud providers are looking to standardize the storage. We heard the multi-cloud panel say that data is sacred. And we are also now looking to the future, where we have multi-cloud and hybrid clouds saying that portability is really important. Volumes need to be everywhere. But we also need to create abstractions for things other than volumes. So you remember early on in the day, we said there are volumes and there's API access. Volumes are well mature. API orchestration, less so. So tomorrow, maybe multi-tenancy and federation. And with that, I'll end.
Wow, also right on time. You guys are paying attention. Thank you for that recap. And thank you again for all you did. Alex was a huge, huge part of getting this day rolling and putting it together with us.